Lonely loyalty. Alchemy students. Applejack's green eyes lowered down to the showmare, burning with rage. What's here? What does she think she's doing with you? The great and powerful Trixie was busy helping your friend. See your little flight, you little redneck, Trixie said, smiling. Redneck? Oh, you are ice hilarious, Applejack said, coming in close to kick Trixie in the face, only to be stopped by Twilight. Applejack, stop! Twilight was stepping between the two ponies. Twilight used some magic to stop them both. She's telling the truth. She's helping me save you guys. Helping? How can she help? Trixie is helping all of you by allowing sparkle into your dreams with Trixie's magic, Trixie said with a little force to emphasize her words. Applejack raised an eyebrow in disbelief. You're going to destroy magic. Of course! Trixie's specialty is illusion magic. And what's our dreams but the illusions of the mind? If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have been able to get into your dreams and save you. Twilight looked into Applejack's eyes, pleading, so please, trust her. Applejack looked at Twilight, and back to Trixie, then back to Twilight. Alright, well, only because of you. If she tries anything funny, and I will hit her so hard, she's going to start doing all of her shows from the bed. Twilight nodded in agreement and turned to face the void. Closing her eyes, she began to concentrate on her spell once more. Applejack watched in amazement and wonder as strings of magical light began to flow from Twilight's horn. She watched as an orange string began to wrap itself around her own hoof, then a blue one around Trixie's. Her eyes then followed a few more lights and fell out of Twilight's horn and into the darkness. Twilight, what is this spell? Applejack asked. It's a spell I created earlier for a presentation I was going to show the Academy. I was going to introduce it to you guys tomorrow morning before everything happened. Twilight finished the spell and went to the direction of the blue energy string. It allows me to connect to the mana of everyone who's close to me. I can then find them no matter where they are. Twilight, not all of us have magic, Applejack says he watched Twilight move the large stones around to form a path. Well, actually, you and Pinky sort of do. The basic earth-powered magic is strength in agriculture. She began to explain as she walked towards the stream that led to Rainbow Dash. And of course, Pinky is randomness. Applejack looked down at her hoof, one string glowing brightly as it laid entwined, and then took a look at the other strings. Last Fluttershy is a bit dimmer than the others. I think it's because she is so shy and quiet. The strings seem to reflect the holder's personality, like how Dazz's is a little brighter because he's loud. Twilight says he let the parties down ahead. So, those who was asleep able to kidnap us and put us through hell. Her name is Mirage. Apparently, she's an embodiment, much like Discord. She found out about us and wants to break us so badly, and ended up breaking the rest of Equestria. Well, she wanted to do that. Then why didn't she do that to our faces instead of kidnapping us in our sleep? Trixie walked up to Applejack. Because didn't that Draconicus try to do that to you when you were awake? She probably realizes that you are very powerful together, but alone and without one another to back the other up. Easy pickings. So she locked you away in the one place you can't reach each other, the Dreamland. Trixie began to look around her. Is anybody else afraid of how the Fear Cats have seem to have given followed us? I think there are two reasons why, and both are very bad. That's what I said. Or was I? First, it's because she thinks she has this in the bag. That can only mean she has an ace up her sleeve that'll pop up in the end. Twilight looked ahead, trying to see how much further Rainbow was. Second, she's just playing with us and has something worse planned. At this, Trixie and Applejack looked at each other, worry on both their faces. Mirage watched the discussion taking place between the three mares, her claw running along the arm of her chair as she laid over the arms. Why, my little pet, don't you know about us cats? A little mouse crawled up to the arm of her chair and looked up at her cat eyes hypnotizing. When we play our little games, we like to give the poor little creatures a feeling of hope. Then, when they think they have it and are free... In a flash, she grasped the mouse in her hand and killed it, swallowing it whole. We kill it! Oh, you're going to be my favorite little toy, aren't you, Twilight Sparkle? The three continued to walk through the void, trying their best to find any type of noise or life within and to stave out the cold atmosphere. There was none. No signs of life, no joy, just the sound of silence and the soft breathing of the three mares. Albussac watched next to Trixie. Why are you walking next to Trixie? Do you not trust her that much? Well, frankly, I don't trust you about as far as I can throw the Slayer stone. Albussac said with a scowl on her face. You know, people, considering the later on stories that I've been doing with Applejack and the others, the whole time, as far as I can throw this stone, it's starting to become a less of a misnomer. I'll have to go on to mountains soon. But why not touch the great and powerful Trixie? Looks like you're all a boastful, arrogant, lying hack. First, the suicidal rainbow is more boastful than Trixie is. Second, the crowd seemed to enjoy themselves until Trixie was heckled and proved herself. Trixie seems to remember that the crowd left it. It is not Trixie's fault that, Trixie pointed to a hoof to her chest, moi was, still is, a master of illusions and tricks. Applejack growled a little frustration at Trixie's defense. Second, and most importantly, you banished my best friend from Butterfield, took the place over. Possessed by a powerful amulet, turned evil, and on the bright side is what allowed Trixie to be her teacher. Who is that teacher of yours anyhow? Glad you ask. Why, it is none other than... Trixie was interrupted by Twilight's yell before she could say anything. If you people have been following the later stories or have read Fall, you know where this is going. Hey, girls, I can see her! With a smile on her face, Twilight ran for a few more minutes to where Rainbow Dash was intoned. Just like Applejack before her, Rainbow was also in the field position, twisting a little for the effects of a bad dream. Walking a little closer to the egg-shaped shell, you can see her growing a little weaker there as well. How about gas? Is that what I look like there? Applejack asked, putting a hoof into the glass-like membrane. Rainbow! Hang on, we're coming for you! Okay, Trixie, what do I have to do? Oh, you trust Trixie now? I will trust T-Rex himself if it meant saving Malforians. Hey! T-Rex Benson! Years before I showed up in the show. Fine then, redneck. You and Sparkle sit next to each other. Sparkle, you put your horn into the case while Trixie makes the connection. Trixie watches Applejack and Twilight follow Trixie's orders. Now then, same rules apply. You can only directly touch her, or as much as her dream allows. With that, Trixie's horn glowed a bright blue as she activated her spell. A note to the two mares. Trixie had begun to sweat and pant this time. Oh, Trixie. You're so prideful, so trusting. You will not bring yourself to tell the others that this spell is hard to pull off, and to use it so many times in so short of a time is draining you, harder than you admit. Why do you do it? A smile comes across Marage's face as he caresses the image in front of her. That's something you'll never admit to yourself. You are trusting in the skills of others. You know your greatest rival will succeed long before you reach magical overload. A sinister smile creeped across her face. Trust is such a weak bond. The two mares found themselves at Pineville. Normally bright and happy feeling, now feeling barren and dark. Another feeling abounded in a smalling town, loneliness and abandonment. The town was silent, barely a sound to be heard, so much different from the street full of life that was there before. The two began to walk through the streets, hoping for any sign of life in their friend. It wasn't long until they found the signs of life. Hey, did you girls see Rainbow Dash today? Asked the white unicorn ass. Look at the four mares in front. Nope, thank goodness, I Pinkie Pie said. Wait a minute. Let's us! Applejack went towards where the voices were coming from, paying attention to the five mares in front of her. Oh, I agree. Fireside nodded in agreement. You're so annoying with your arrogance and boasting and selfishness. It was like the only pony she knew to be loyal was to herself. I can't believe any of us were friends, Twat said. Okay, so this is another thing I wanted to hit it hard. Was this common theme that I saw in a bunch of idiots' comments and reviews about the show where they tried to say, X isn't a good hero or isn't a personification of their element, thus they're not worthy! You know the type, right guys? Where they would take one episode or a scene in an episode, like say, Rainbow Dash running away from Discord when he was faking being sick. Or something stupid like that. And then we'll have the balls to go, you see, she ran away from her friends. This means she's unworthy of her element. Because dumb writers like that want the main six to be perfect personifications of their elements 24/7. So thus, I decided to prove a point. They're not going to be perfect personifications of their elements 24/7. And this is what the main six have to say to your ideal. Basically, they're going to say buzz off. I don't think she was even half as good as she said she was. Who would have believed all her lies? Well, pathetic Pegasus, Applejack said, rolling her eyes. So, which one of us told her off? Randy held up a hoof, chuckling about her deed. This set off Applejack in a rage as she stalked towards the fake versions of herself. Now just hold on a minute! You, Applejack, stop! Twice said, holding the Applejack back with her magic. They're just illusions. Can't harm them. Well, fine. I just Mirage's way of hurting Rainbow by us. Like she used your parents on you. Applejack nodded solemnly. She knew that her friend had a better grasp of knowledge on her, but it still hurt her on the inside to see her insulting someone who was close. Especially when it was her that did the insulting. The two girls walked more through the deserted streets of their home, trying to find their best to ignore the cold feeling of loneliness that permeated the town. A long walk led them to a tall hill with one lonely little cloud on it. How hard is it to find one rainbow-legged Pegasus in this town? Elzak yelled, looking around. What I want to know is, how is this supposed to break Dash? It's trying to make her think that she could be abandoned or forgotten. We both know that isn't true. She's the most popular Pegasus around here. The fastest, and one of the most well-known. There's no way she could be lonely. Twilight said, walking around the hill, looking for Dash, not seeing the tuft of a rainbow mane peeking from a cloud overhead. Twilight, I don't think you'll understand Dash at all. Applejack looked down at Twilight. What do you mean? Only the reason as to why she's so boastful and arrogant, always trying to prove that she is the best. Applejack said, looking up at the cloud and noticing something blue in it. It's because she's afraid, Cube. She's afraid that she isn't as good as she thinks she is. Now, if she doesn't prove herself to be the best, we'll leave her. She hates the idea of being alone, without any pony to help her. So, that's why I'm saying it shouldn't fit her at all, Twilight yelled. I know she's the best. You know she's the best. We all know it. Sure, she's arrogant and loud, but that's because she can actually prove it. She helps us lift us up. The way she acts makes us feel like we need to push ourselves. Because she's doing the same. She should never have to worry about us abandoning her. Because we know how strong she is. We know what she is like deep inside. A loyal pony who would never let us down, no matter what. Oh, I know that, Twi. I know that. When I'm in trouble, there's no one I would rather have by my side. Applejack looked up at the cloud. I hope she realizes it too. Almost on cue, a blue bird passed by the two ponies and grabbed them up in a big hug. Trixie was blown back by the souring of the eggshell. Rainbow Dash flew out of the case and held her friends tight. Guys! I am so glad to see you. Rainbow Dash was smiling. Yeah, I know that. The comics had Rainbow Dash afraid of breaking her wing and her being down on the ground and all that. But as much as I love the Nightmare Rarity arc in the comics, I think I could do better. But then again, they have their idea of how to handle a person's worst fears. I have mine. I look at the psychological and emotional aspects. They're looking at a more adventure and heroic aspect. I could probably write rings around Tom King. He sucks. Oh, that was a pony comment. I just wanted to riff on Heroes in Crisis.